Hello everybody, it's me, Caitlin, and my son Jameson here is sitting on my lap. He may or may not say hi. He's a little grouchy. Today I am making baby shower or baby sprinkle soap favors for my sister's baby shower. So she has 5 boys right now, and she is pregnant again. And so her 6th child will finally be a girl. So I get to make some pink soap favors for her. Alrighty, so I use the heat transfer method where I put my hot lye solution in my hard oils and butters. And I'm just melting that all down. It took about 4 minutes. And in my soft oils, I put some titanium dioxide, which was oil dispersed with very little oil, so it's kind of chunky. But I was trying to make this process go a little quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and mix the titanium dioxide in with that, just so that my whole batch will be more pastel. So instead of adding it to each section individually, I just add it to all of my soap base. Alrighty, now I just need to combine both of my oils there. And I do scrape out all of my containers off camera. I just wanted to save a little bit of time while filming. Alright, and I'm going to stick blend just until it's emulsified. I check on the stick blender shaft area to make sure that the oils don't separate, and then I will pour it off into 2 equal portions. And this blue bowl here I got from Walmart, and it has measurements on the very inside of it. And so I poured it to the halfway point of my total batch size. And right now I'm just trying to get all that rest of that titanium dioxide that's left in there and mix it in. And I also have 8 ounces of fragrance oil that I measured out with my scale, but I'm using the markings on the cup to split that in half too for my 2 different layers. This is a combination of 2 different Nature's Garden fragrance oils. The one is has jasmine in it. I can't remember the exact name. I could leave the names down in the description box for you. The other one's like water lily. But anyways, it's a combination of florals. And it does, when you use it with warmer soap batter, it will accelerate it. But it's excellent for doing layered soaps. So I love using fragrance oils that accelerate slightly just for layered soaps. And I stick blended it until it was like a pudding consistency, because I wanted that first layer to set up pretty quickly. Do you want to say hi, Jameson? No? Whoop. All right, and here is my other half of the batch. That is rose kaolin clay, and she didn't want it to be like the classic pink. So I went more with this, and then I used the titanium dioxide to make it more of a pastel. So it's not like a bubblegum pink or anything. It'll be more of a like a dusty light pink. like a kind of like a light mauve. Enjoy this slow-mo. Already slow motion over. I really thought that was pretty, so I slowed it down there for you. There's the rest of my fragrance oil. It does have quite a bit of yellow in it, which I was surprised because I didn't remember it having yellow. But anywho, mixing that in, and I scraped down the sides of the bowls off camera to get the rest of that soap batter down, and I'm just make sure that's all incorporated too. And I wanted that to be a thicker consistency too, more like pudding, just so that I could texture the top without waiting. There are ways to get around things when you're making soap. You could kind of manipulate your soap how you want it to go. Or other times it just doesn't do anything that you want it to do, which is usually the case. Alrighty, I have my spoon there to break the fall, but I don't really think I needed it. But see how thick I got that batter? I just wanted to make sure that it was a good consistency to texture, that's all. It might have been a little too thick, but it wasn't an issue at all. It was still very, very pliable. And I scraped that bowl off the rest of the way off camera. I will scoop a little bit out now, but it took a few minutes to get it pretty cleaned out. So now I have my big spoon, and I'm just trying to do a little bit of texturizing. What are you doing? You being silly? Hey, is this soap for Aunt Kelly? Yeah, it's for her baby shower.
Oh.
Yeah.
Aunt Ashley don't have a baby.
No, not Aunt Ashley, Aunt Kelly. She has a baby in her belly.
Oh.
And that is edible glitter spray. So I got that from Walmart, and it's like very, very fine edible glitter. So I like it because it dissolves quickly in water, and you don't have to worry about it clogging your pipes or anything. But it almost makes like a pearl finish to the top of the soap. There's a little view. And here is the cutting. So I was cutting this and I paused it to talk to my husband because he was leaving for work. And then I forgot to hit record again. So I only got some of the bars in the cutting video, but that's fine because they all look the same. It wasn't that important to get the whole 3 loaves cut on video. But see how that top has like that pearly finish? I just thought that would add a little bit of oomph to a little baby soap. And I really like the way that my last soap turned out, my lemon soap, so I decided to do the 2 layers like I did with my lemon soap for this one too. I could have had it just all the pink, but I wanted something more than just a pink bar of soap. But see how it like turned out more of a very dusty pink. She said she didn't want like the classic bubblegum and hot pink colors. Although this does look a lot like gum. But more like a faded gum. And I made all of these bars a 1/2 inch thick, roundabout. And my batch size is 10 pounds. And it makes 3 loaves. And if I did 1-inch bars, I could get 30 bars. So I ended up getting a little over 60 because some of them were smaller, some of them were bigger. I don't know why, but that's just how it turned out. I got 64 bars altogether, and I only needed 60, so there's a few extra. I always think my hands look weird when I'm cutting soap. Like I'm double jointed in my thumb, and then my pinky always does this weird thing where it sticks out. So every time I cut soap, I'm like, why did I do that with my hand? I look like I'm like a claw or something. What are you doing, James? He's like crawling around me like some sort of a monkey. Huh. Are you a monkey? No. Then what are you? Hmm? Are you silly? There is a peak that is on this loaf of soap a few inches from the left side there, and it's like a big wave, and I love it. Whoever ends up with that bar is gonna be like, what in the world? Because that peak ends up being on one single bar. Are you singing? He won't talk, but he's gonna sit here and make random noises and jump on me. I said, hey, do you want to join my video today? No. Like, okay, well, come sit with me. Because he was making random noises across the room. Alrighty. That's a little bit what they're going to look like. I'm not going to clean them up. They're just going to be like the basic soap. And they are 1/2 inch to 3.5 to 2.5 inches thick.